Hello YouTube channel guys. Today I am going to make a new video, so please whatever, please I want to reach 1 million likes, so please yes. Okay, thank you.
Let's get this show on the road.
Yo, what is up? On track to Manticore. Today we are looking at the LHMTV, the Tier 8 tech tree. On the way to the Manticore, you are going to go through this tank. Now, the motto of this channel has always been stealth, vision, mobility. Now, this tank is all about stealth, vision, and mobility. Small little tank. The only tanks that compare with it, something that look like it, is probably the HWK-12 and the ELC even. Now, what's up with this tank? This tank is a small tiny tank with amazing camouflage values. Now, the only two tanks that have better camouflage than the LHMTV is the EBR-75 premium tank and the ELC even 90 premium tank. Now, this tank has camouflage values in the regions of around 41%. If you have it all kitted out with camouflage equipment, skills, and stuff like that. The only other tanks that are almost similar in terms of camouflage with this tank is the LT-432, the Lynx 6x6, the Bat Chatillon 12 ton, and maybe even the T-92. But other than that, no one else comes close to this tank. Again, the EBR-75 and the ELC even are the only two tanks that have higher camouflage values. ELC even, of course, has around 50% camouflage values when it's fully kitted out. Now, what's special about this tank? The high penetration values compared to other light tanks in the Tier 8 category. This LHMTV fires standard AP shells with 226 penetration and 1020 meters per second shell velocity. That is absolutely amazing. But its premium shells has 258 penetration and 1275 meters per second shell velocity. This is an amazing shell velocity, amazing penetration. So this tank has the combat capabilities of a very good tank, and it has very high camouflage values. What does it not have? Well, it does not have any kind of armor at all. You need to make use of the camouflage, and you need to make use of the guns at all times. Top speed 63 kilometers an hour, going in reverse 23 kilometers an hour. Not slow. But it is a very light tank, which means when you're going over rough terrain, uneven terrain, it's going to slow you down. Aim time 2.11 seconds. This is not as good as the HWK-12, not as good as other light tanks, but considering the high penetration that you get, 2.11 seconds isn't that bad. Consider that an ELC even aim time is 2.78 seconds. 2.11 seconds isn't too bad at all. Also, you're talking about a dispersion of 0.35, which is similar to a HWK-12, even better than an ELC even 90. And the rotation, moving dispersions, and the tank traverse dispersions, 0.15, 0.112. It's not too bad at all. So what are the strengths of this tank? Let's go back to that, what I said again. The high penetration, high damage. Remember, this tank does 230 damage, which is really not bad at all. and it has amazing camouflage values. So you need to use the mobility, use the stealth to move around the map, relocate, use your camouflage values to get into position, spot your enemies, and then fire blind shots, double bush shots, use your high penetration shells. If you can't penetrate them, use your premium shells, which is APCR with 250 plus 258 penetration on APCR shells. So that is absolutely amazing. A lot. Normally you get light tanks don't have high penetration shells. They don't have high damage shells, but the LHMTV does have that. The only downside on this tank is it has absolutely no armor at all. It cannot take any damage at all. When anybody approaches you, you need to run away. When you see me in a map like this, Murovanka, I always want to keep my distance. I always want to use my stealth and vision in order to try to locate my enemy, try to shoot them behind bushes, try to double bush. You never want to be spotted because you absolutely cannot take any damage at all when you are in a tank like this. You have to depend on your stealth, your vision, and your mobility in order to excel in this kind of tank. Now, a lot of people say that the British light tanks are trash. They hate it. They don't like any of the light tanks. But I'll be honest with you, there is something special about these tanks. They are difficult to play. Yes, they are challenging to play, but they have a complete different play style compared to other light tanks. Like I said, this tank has high penetration. The damage is not too bad, 230. It's a lot more damage than a LT432, for example, that does only 170 plus damage or something like that. So you get 230 damage and you get high penetration, and then you get this quirky kind of play style where you need to be stealthy, you need to use your vision, you need to use your camouflage. Again, this is 40%, 41% camouflage values, really good camouflage values for a tier 8 light tank, and you can use this to your advantage on especially big maps, open maps that have a lot of landscape and terrain and bushes where you can hide. Again, this is a very small tank. You can use the bushes if you know how to use bushes effectively. You can use the tiniest bushes, the tiniest trees, and you can use that to enhance your camo rating. That is the fun thing about these tanks. Yes, they are not easy to play, but they are very they keep you on your toes. They are very rewarding when you do well with these tanks. It feels very satisfying, and there's some kind of challenge and enjoyment you get out of these tanks because they are tough to play. They give you a certain kind of reward, very satisfying feeling that you get when you do find success with these tanks. A lot of people don't like, they say the Manticore is trash. That's because you are comparing the Manticore to other light tanks. You can't compare it to any other light tank because it plays differently. Just like the LHMTV, you can't compare it to an LT432. Yes, LT432 is a very competitive, a very aggressive tank, but the LHMTV and the LT432 play differently. Yes, arguably the LT432 is much more competitive and you could say a much better tank, but the LHMTV plays a different way. It gives you a different kind of satisfaction when you do well with this tank. That is why I cannot say that this tank is bad or this tank is terrible. I can't say the Manticore is bad or terrible because I do enjoy playing it. It provides a different kind of challenge. It provides a different kind of play style. A Manticore does not play like an LT100. It does not play like a PZ Panzer Kampfwagen. It does not play like an EBR 105. It plays differently. It provides a different kind of dynamic, which is why I like this tech tree of light tanks. Not because it is a very strong tank. You know, if you are looking to stat pad, if you're looking for incredible WN8, if you're looking to boost your stats as a great light tank player, maybe this is not the tank that you are looking to play, because this might not give you the kind of satisfaction that you would get out of playing an EBR 105, where you can maybe get 8,000 spotting damage or whatever, impossible to hit, or you know, amazing gun handling. This might not what will do it for you, but in terms of a challenge, in terms of fun factor, this tank, LHMTV, the GSOR, the Manticore, it provides a kind of play style that is really fun in my opinion. Now I'm playing with optics, rammer and vertical stabilizers, and a lot of people are playing these tanks with, especially with the equipment 2.0, with the improved rotation mechanics, or with the commander's vision that help you spot through bushes. But in my opinion, like I said, this tank has amazing penetration. It's got good camo. That's why I want to play this tank as kind of like a combat tank. You run and gun, you try to use your camo, your vision, your mobility to get damage. I don't really want to play this tank to do a lot of passive spotting. I want this tank to have a combat capable kind of feel. But anyway, in this game we lost because we did not get into the cap in time to capture it. In fact, the enemy got there first into our cap base, and we did not get there in time to reset or to try and win the game. So we lost the game, but I still did very well for myself, all things considered. Over nearly 2.3k of damage. Not a lot of spotting damage, but like I said, in a good situation you can get this tank to compete very well and do a lot of damage for your team and for yourself. Anyway, hope you like this video and hope you had a little bit of insight on the LHMTV. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.